Visiting the city of Agra in northern India, the Taj Mahal and the Red Fort is an experience of a lifetime. Join me on this tour. The Taj Mahal is not that old. It's built between 1631 and 1654, taking 22,000 people under the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan to construct. It's been declared a World Heritage Site. A panoramic view with the Taj Mahal in the center. I love the aerial view showing the location of the Taj Mahal on the river. Notice it's surrounded by two mirror mosques on the left and the right. The Taj combines Indian, Islamic and Persian architecture to represent one of the finest examples of Mughal architecture. It says that the Taj Mahal is a testament to a love story. Shah Jahan, ruler of the Mughal Empire, built it as a memorial and tomb for his wife. There's perfectly symmetrical gardens, reflecting pools, and inlays of precious stones. It's said to represent a garden of paradise. Local Indian information provided on a marble slab. It's a bit hard to digest. There's way too much of it in too small a font. A local map of Agra. You can see the train station to the left. The Red Fort on the river is the bottom right. This map is much clearer. The Taj Mahal is located at the bottom south side of the river, with Agra Fort over to the west side on the bend. A beautiful panoramic view showing the location of the Taj on the river. Early tourist accounts describe bodies floating down the river being pecked at by birds, but the river's been cleaned up and it's quite scenic now. I do like this sunset view. A beautiful sunset shot with the reflection of the Taj on the river. This Google satellite photograph shows the airport, and over to the east is the river with the Red Fort directly on the bend. We'll wander across to the Red Fort. It's one of the seven wonders of the world. It's probably one of the more publicized tourist destinies of anywhere in the world. There's a huge number of books available. I glanced at a few of the many books and publications on Agra, the Taj, and Agra Fort. A very large poster advertising Agra and the Taj Mahal. The Taj is probably one of the more frequently photographed sites. It's been immortalized in postcards for the last 2 centuries. For a bit of fun, let's take a look at some of these old colonial postcards. I love the early sketch of the mosque. Another early engraving from a different angle than is traditional. An early 19th century or maybe even an 18th century etching or engraving. Another British engraving from the 18th or early 19th century. A picture postcard that predates color. All these early postcards are somewhat the same. They're all taken looking along the garden at the Taj. This one's a bit of an exception, different angle. An early engraving of the gatehouse to the Taj. Another early British engraving. A book of postcards illustrating the mosque. Yet another early postcard. This postcard illustrates the wall surrounding the Taj Mahal. We'll move on from the Taj to a structure called the Red Fort, or the Agra Fort. It's a monument to the Mughals, built of red sandstone, taking up 2.5 kilometers of enclosing wall. It's got fairy tale palaces. Agra Fort is situated directly on the Yamuna River and gives a beautiful view of the Taj Mahal. The walls are 21 meters high, and it's a very substantial enclosure. There's 2 gates, the main gate being the Delhi Gate, and the other one called the Lahore Gate. This map shows the various mosques and palaces inside the Red Fort, and I'm not going to go through them all. I'll try to give you a brief impression of what the overall structure is like. This is a Google satellite view looking straight down on the Red Fort. You can see the Yamuna River off to the right. This early 19th century British engraving shows that the Red Fort's been used for a very long time as a military structure. Another early British 19th century engraving showing the Taj Mahal on the Yamuna River in the far horizon. A very early postcard illustrating the very high walls. Once again, the Indian inscriptions on a tablet of marble are a bit hard to take in. They need to be abbreviated and put in a much larger font, along with a few photographs or pictures. The Mughals didn't build the Red Fort, it was already there, but it was taken over by Akbar the Great, the Mughal emperor, when he shifted his capital from Delhi to Agra. Because of that, Agra flourished, and Agra Fort became more of a royal estate. It's only recently been declared a World Heritage Site. And this is quite meaningful because I think it's meant that the military perhaps have had to move out. There are some lovely structures inside, a lot of symmetry in Islamic architecture. This abbreviated map shows some of the really important structures inside. On the web, you can view them in 360 degrees. The Delhi Gate, one of the two gates into the Agra Fort. A wonderful panoramic view taken from the Wikipedia encyclopedia showing the overall structure and immense size of the wall. A very early picture postcard of the vintage type showing perhaps it's the Lahore entrance into the Red Fort. A more recent photograph of the same. The vertical and horizontal lines of this architecture really grab your attention. The Khaas Mahal is a white marble palace inside of Agra Fort, said to be one of the best examples of painting on marble. Here it is here in a modern photograph, and it does look impressive. Another Indian plaque inscribed on marble for a palace in Agra Fort. We'll leave Agra Fort and go back for a final glimpse of the Taj to finish up. A beautiful view from Agra Fort showing the Taj Mahal. Paddling down the Yamuna River towards the Taj. Right up on the Taj Mahal Mosque, there are mirror images of each other on either side of the Taj Mahal. Their purpose was to provide architectural balance. In this floor plan of the Taj Mahal, the actual Taj is in the far right. The two balancing mosques are at the top and the bottom at the right, while the large garden is in the center. The gatehouse is on the left. The only photograph I've got with me in it, not a very good one. I'm that tall bloke standing in the foreground in the dark. The photograph was taken during my visit in 1975 as I crossed from Canada to Australia on a 6-month overland tour. Looking up at the white marble dome. All the white marble has been carved with beautiful flowers and inlaid stones. The Taj has 4 minarets, which are over 40 meters tall. They display the penchant for symmetrical repeated design. They're designed to be working, a place where the muezzin can call the Islamic faithful to prayer. They've got 3 equal parts with 2 working balconies that ring the tower. A clear view of the balcony on this minaret. The Taj was erected as a memorial and burying place for the emperor's wife. It contains the cenotaph of Mumtaz and Shah Jahan. Here's the cenotaphs. Not part of the Taj, this is a local store selling marble tables. They do look lovely, and it's time for us to finish. Thanks for joining us on this trip to Agra, the Taj Mahal, and the Red Fort. Have a good day.